Our next person to talk about is Mark Driscoll, because he's been blowing up more and more. Now, I thought we exorcised the demon of Mark Driscoll from society like a decade ago, but he's back and he's got millions of followers on Instagram again. He's getting hundreds of thousands of views, and now he's going out from just doing bad theology and kind of getting into bad politics to almost everything he says is hyper political. Yeah. So he preached his whole sermon against socialism. And this is just a little clip, so let's see.
Christians should stay out of politics. I tell you what, Pharaoh wishes that God stayed out of his politics, because God showed up and said, I'm going to crush you, I'm going to crush your economy, I'm going to destroy your army, and I'm going to liberate a few million people so they can worship me, because you're not letting children live, you're killing baby boys, and you're not letting believers worship, and I am a pro-life and a pro-liberty God, and if you don't allow that, I'm going to have to crush your government.
Bro, that's not even the clip that I thought I was sending.
But that I was thinking like, yo, that is very toxic given the situation that we're in with the war in Iran.
100%.
Because that's the sort of theology Pete Hegseth would have. These people don't believe like us. We're going to free them by killing their civilians. How does that make any sense? But that's what they believe.
There's so many problems in what he just said there, right? Because it's, from thinking of America, what you call it? Not dispensationalism. Supersessionism, right? Like this idea that America kind of just takes on the role of Israel, because he's talking about Pharaoh. Now, I actually saw a longer part of this clip too, where he's talking about God came and destroyed. Bro, this man is so fucking dumb. Like Mark Driscoll is such a moron. He's like, God destroyed Egypt because they were killing children and wouldn't let people have religious liberty. Y'all, what the story? What does it say God came in and did? So because they were killing children, God came in and killed all their firstborn children.
This is literally the ideology of the Trump administration. We're going to liberate you by eliminating you.
Yes, it maps. It's the ideology of a psychopath.
Yeah.
And
man, that's a word.
This
right
idea that because God destroyed Israel's enemies, he's going to destroy America's enemies. It's bad theology all the way around, but it's also very, very dangerous to view things that way. And it totally disconnects things from the land. I don't know. It's interesting. The clip that I was wanting to show. Do you have anything to say on that?
I don't have it. But if you want to,
I can just talk about it.
Yeah, just describe it.
He's basically just like he's talking about how under socialism, their job is to make sure you don't own any land. Their job is to make sure that you lose your house. Yeah. They want you to pay taxes on your property so that you're renting forever. And he goes, the older I get, the more conservative I get, because the more I read my Bible. It's like, hey, Brody, it might be time to read something in addition to the Bible.
Right.
Because you don't even know how to read that. Maybe read a book on how to read the Bible.
Yes. Well, he wrote a couple.
He did. Yeah, he did.
They weren't good.
He did, unfortunately. Bro, his book on marriage is one of the most disgusting things I've ever read.
I never read it. Thankfully, I've heard it described.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But it's like this dude actually hates capitalism. Like right-wing Christians actually hate capitalism. They just are too stupid to know what anything is called. Because every time they open their mouth to describe socialism, they describe capitalism.
Yeah.
Because, look at what's the closest thing we have to a communist economy? Like, what is it? China? You know what I mean? And I there's a lot of debate on how communist are they really, yada, yada, yada. But in communist China, they got a 90% home ownership rate.
Right.
And it's closer to like 96% in rural China.
Yeah.
In America, we have a 64% home ownership rate.
And falling.
Yeah.
At
our peak was 2007, what led to the crisis.
And down.
Guess how high we got then? 70%. Oh, so why is it falling now? It's actually not they. He's true. They don't want you to have a home.
Yeah.
They do want you to rent forever. But the they in question are the capitalists that are buying up all the property. Yeah. And sometimes we get focused on like the big funds or the big companies that are buying up property. They actually own a relatively small percentage, like around 1%. The real people you got to look at are the people who own like 12 to 50.
Yes.
And it's totally normal in this country. You can own 50 homes and somebody else owns 0.
Yeah.
And they condition our elderly to be completely financially precarious, in a terrible position in life, and to be faithful acolytes because they go to church on Sunday and they listen to an idiot like this talk about stuff that they don't even have the first clue of what the words they're using mean.
Yeah. It's frustrating to think that this person has been resurrected from the dead, but I think he's been resurrected because he's unashamed in his ignorance and bigotry, just like the president is unashamed in his ignorance and bigotry. Just like John Piper predicted 10 years ago that Donald Trump would corrupt the culture. He would pollute the culture. His unashamed brashness.
There it is.
Exactly. And so now you have somebody who has been exorcised from the evangelical Christian community because he had no moral, no leadership, no judgment, was just a brash, boastful, arrogant son of a bitch. But now that we like that now.
Yeah.
In 2026.
That's what we want.
So he's back around. That's what we want.
Yeah.
So he's able to build an audience, and people like Jordan Peterson and Jordan Peterson's daughter will go to his church because it's cool now.
Oh, they've been going to Mark Driscoll's church?
I know a few years ago, I don't know about Jordan Peterson. I know his daughter mentioned going back to church, and she said she liked Mark Driscoll's church. She called his church out by name.
Wow.
Because he spoke the truth. He told it like it is, which is literally the same shit that
Mark
people
Driscoll
used to describe Donald Trump. Bro, he tells it like it is.
He says in his marriage book, bro, he tells this story where he's like, I was dreaming and God gave me a prophetic dream where my wife, and these people married for like 20 years at this point. He was like, she was in high schools before we had ever met. And she went on a field trip to Europe. And in my dream, she was fooling around with her boyfriend.
No way.
And
he did not say this.
Yeah. And I don't remember if he says they had sex or they like
fooling around is enough.
Had oral sex or something. But he's like, and I woke up and I sat up in my bed and I vomited. And I woke her up in the middle of the night and I told her about my dream and I asked her if it was true. And
that
she
is
said,
psychopath.
And she said yes. And he said something like, if I didn't, wasn't a follower of Jesus, I would divorce you right now. Yo, you need to absolutely get rid of that man.
What's up, y'all? It's Joshua from Ask the Next Question. We appreciate you guys rocking with our content. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. That helps us out in the algorithm. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see in some future episodes. We'll see you next time.